that this project is moving forward. This project was started in 2016-17 under our previous government when I was Minister of Planning, and I realized that in the sector of energy, one of our major challenges was that all energy policy planning work was being done in silos. Even within fossil fuel, there was no coordination. What was happening in gas-based energy had no link with energy being produced with furnace oil. What was being done in furnace oil had no link what was happening in hydel sector. What was happening in hydel sector had no link with renewables, and what was happening in renewables had no link with other sources of energy. So there was this dire need that we must integrate our energy management and planning function so that we can optimize our investments in energy sector, so that we can have more energy efficiency and we can have more scientific planning for future. So therefore, this project was conceived, and I was very pleased that USAID expressed their interest, and we signed an MOU to work together in developing this model and this program together. So I'm very delighted that USAID has helped bring experts and also know-how to develop this model, which will enable Pakistan to carry out its energy planning in a more scientific manner. Not only that, we recognized that there is a need for integrated energy planning within the domain of energy, but Vision 2025 also recognized the need to integrate energy, water and food security, because all three are very much linked. As far as energy is concerned, one very important element of energy in Pakistan and clean energy is hydel energy, because we have so much water flowing through our rivers, which have great potential to produce up to 40,000 plus megawatts of energy. But now when we talk of water as a source of energy, water is also needed for agriculture. So there is this constant battle that goes on between Ministry of Water and Power and Ministry of Agriculture, that how much water should be released from the dams for agriculture and how much should be retained in the reservoirs for agriculture purposes for use later on. So you need to discharge water to produce electricity, but then you need to also keep reservoirs for agriculture purposes. We have to rely less on imported fuel, and we have to plan more for indigenous fuel or those sources of energy where we don't have to spend our very valuable foreign exchange to import fuel. So I hope that the participants who have been now trained in this tool will use this knowledge to do their work more efficiently and more smartly, because energy has become central to economic development. Traditionally, it was considered that basic needs of human societies are, for humans, is water, air and food in order to live. But after industrial revolution, electricity or energy became another important ingredient or a fundamental human right to live. Without energy, modern economy cannot be built. And without modern economy or basic fundamental amenities that humans today need to progress cannot be ensured. Now, beyond energy, there is now a new basic need of humans which has arisen after the knowledge or the digital revolution, that is internet. Now, provision of internet also depends on energy. If you don't have energy, you cannot provide internet to people. And internet is also now a basic need for every citizen or every human person who is living on this planet, because without internet, they cannot progress in life. So all these things are interconnected, and energy provides a basic building block. Whether you plan for water resources, whether you plan for food for people, whether you want to give them access to internet or any means of development, energy is the basic foundation. So I hope that we can use this model for our national planning, and all the stakeholders will use it, because, you know, it is very easy to develop new knowledge. But if we do not use it, it is worthless. And the kind of change that is happening, one of the basic fundamental characteristics of human resource planning are that can we teach our people to unlearn and learn new ideas? How fast can people throw out obsolete knowledge, and how fast can people adopt new knowledge? So new ideas, new techniques have to be embraced so that we keep pace with the world, and we are part of a competitiveness battle in the world. If we are not using our resources efficiently, if we are not planning efficiently, we cannot be competitive. And if we are not competitive, we cannot create space for us as a country in the global marketplace. And in order to be competitive, we have to be scientific. We have to be data-driven. We cannot rely on intuitions. We cannot rely on non-factual realities or illusions. And this is where such models come in. But when you do models, another key item for success of a model is only as good as data you feed into the model. So in order for any model to deliver to its promise, it has to be fed the right data and timely data. Just as humans, we need to be fed healthy food and timely food. So similarly, models are worthless if they are not fed timely and accurate data. So I hope that all the stakeholders will provide this data to this model so that this model can do its work. It can churn out analysis, it can churn out information for the decision makers to make evidence-based scientific decisions for future of this country. So I again wish you well, and I hope that this training has provided you useful experience and learning which you will be able to use in your jobs to do better job of planning for Pakistan's future energy needs. Pakistan Zindabad.